Hello and welcome back to the Trainers of the World Tournament Season 2. I'm your host DeltaTDS, and today for match number 22, we've got Hunter J going up against the Pokemon trainer Peonia. Hunter J did unspeakable crimes and was implied to have died in her last appearance, but it was never confirmed, and here she is, so we can confirm it here and now. Completely official. And Pokemon trainer Peonia, in canon, she only has that Tyrantrum. The rest of her team are Pokemon that she can find around the Galar region, I think, or maybe it's just the Crown Tundra. I don't know, I made the team, I forgot. But once these trainers are ready, we can begin game number 1. What an amazing intro. Jay starting off with the Salamence and Rotom. Peonia starting off with Tyranitar and Carbink. Intimidate going to lower Carbink and Tyranitar's attacks. Going to be a lot more crucial for Tyranitar as it sets up the Sandstream. Salamence going to Mega Evolve. Tyranitar goes for Protect against that Hyper Voice as it does 7% to Carbink, 31% to Carbink from that Hydro Pump as it sets up a Trick Room. Just looking at the teams here, it looks like Tyranitar is going to have power over the weather. Salamence protecting against those attacks. Tyranitar getting burned. It's not going to like that severe attack drop, because not only is it -1 in attack, but its attack is now halved, doing barely anything to Jay's Pokemon. Switching back out the Mega Salamence from that Volt Switch. Salamence going for Protect against that Moonblast from the Carbink. Knockoff getting rid of Serena's leftovers. Dropkick doing just under half to Tyranitar. There's one more turn of Sandstorm and one more turn of Trick Room. Switching out to the Bisharp. Moonblast doing 17 to Serena. Knockoff gonna get rid of Bisharp's Eviolite. The Trick Room and the Sandstream have both subsided. Tyranitar is at a quarter of its attack right now. Dropkick gets rid of the Carbink. Ironhead gets rid of the Mega Tyranitar. And Peonia is down 2 of her Pokemon as she sends out the Tyrantrum and the Shuckle. We saw Shuckle earlier in the tournament, like match 7. The only reason I remember that was because that match was hell to edit. It sucked having to update every status condition. Tyrantrum with the Psychic Fangs takes out the Serena. Ironhead does 62% to Tyrantrum as Shuckle goes for Power Trick, swapping its attack and defense. Jay is sending out the Rotom now. Psychic Fangs doing 32% to Rotom. Will-O-Wisp burning the Shuckle. Ironhead bringing Shuckle down to the Sturdy. The red card activating, switching out the Salamence, but the burn does get rid of the Shuckle. If only it hadn't flinched. We could have saw some magic here. Peonia sends out the Colossal, terrestrializing into the Flying type. Psychic Fangs brings Rotom down to 18%. Hyper Voice leaves Tyrantrum at 6 as Rock Slide misses the Salamence but takes out the Rotom. Colossal sits at 32%, just shy of a third of its health, as Jay sends out the Delmise. Jay switches out to the Bisharp, dodging that Psychic Fangs, Anchor Shot taking out the Colossal, leaving Peonia with just that Caracosta left. And I guess Tyrantrum too. Switching out to the Crocodile, intimidating Peonia's Pokemon. Psychic Fangs not doing much to Dhelmise. Power Whip taking Caracosta down to the Sturdy. Crush doing 36% to Dhelmise. Switching back out to the Bisharp. Psychic Fangs with the crit to Dhelmise. Anchor Shot takes out the Caracosta. Tyrantrum's just being bullied here. Switching out to the Salamence. Psychic Fangs doing 16. Ironhead finally finishes off the Tyrantrum. Hunter J takes game number 1 of match 22. We saw the Terra Flying from Colossal, the Mega Tyranitar. We saw the Power Trick Red Card and Sturdy from Shuckle. We saw Trick Room from Carbink. And then from Jay's side, we saw Leftovers on the Serena, Intimidate on Crocodile, Mega Salamence, the Citrus Berry on Rotom, and the Eviolite on Bisharp. We are back on the field for game number 2, and we can see quite a few different Pokemon. From Jay's side, we can see the Ariados and the Drapion. And from Peonia's side, we can see the Aggron, the Gigalith, and the Aurorus. Once these trainers are ready, we can begin game number 2 and see if Peonia can pull a win here. Jay starting off with the Ariados and the Drapion. Peonia starting off with the Carbink and the Aurorus, setting up the Snow Warning. Aurorus going for Aurora Veil. Ariados with the Toxic Spikes as Drapion goes for Whirlwind, bringing Caracosta out and immediately poisoning it. Shutting down that Sturdy. It has Blizzard doing 36 to Drapion, 23 to Ariados. Rock Blast taking out the Ariados. Switching out the Caracosta for the Tyrantrum, poisoning it thanks to Whirlwind. As Jay sends out the Bisharp. Drapion going for Protect against that Head Smash from the Tyrantrum. Ironhead's doing just over half to Aurorus. Blizzard only hitting the Bisharp for 8%. If Peonia is not going to want this, that was just unfortunate. Drapion dodged the Head Smash and went underground. Carbink is now poisoned. It's 5v5, though I don't know for how much longer. Carbink going into Terra Flying, Head Smash leaving Bisharp at 66%. Dig doing 21, Ironhead doing 19% as Carbink sets up the Trick Room. Carbink going for Reflect. Ironhead still enough to take out the Tyrantrum. Switching out that Carbink for the Aggron. As Gigalith comes out, sets up the Sandstream, but is toxic from those spikes. Aggron Mega Evolving, Bisharp protecting itself from Body Press. As Aggron goes for Curse, boosting its speed in the Trick Room, though it's Whirlwinded out for Caracosta. Bisharp going Terra Water against that Body Press. Rock Blast. Not enough to take out the Drapion, leaving it on 12%. Knockoff getting rid of the loaded dice from Caracosta. And Sandstorm leaves Drapion at 5%. The Aurora Veil has worn off. Bisharp going for the Protect. Rock Slide taking out the Drapion. Crunch hitting that Protect. Gigalith is taking gradually more damage. Jay sends out the Serena now. It's 4v4, though I don't know if you can count Peonia's team as 4 Pokemon with how many are poisoned. Switching out to the Rotom Wash, Dropkick takes out the Gigalith. Crunch does a quarter to Serena. Leftovers canceling out the Sandstorm as Reflects just now ends. Carbink is sent back out. Full Swish doing a 29% and swapping out to the Salamence. First time we've seen it this game. Intimidating Peonia's Pokemon. Dropkick takes out the Caracosta as Carbink sets up the Trick Room, making way for that Mega Aggron, which now doesn't have to worry about being forced out. Bisharp coming out. Carbink sets up the Reflect. Aggron goes for Curse. High Jump Kick doing 14%. Switching out to the Rotom Wash, Body Press does 65% to Rotom. Moonblast doing 13% to Bisharp, boosting its attack, nearly taking out the Carbink, but the Toxic does finish it off. Bisharp going for Protect. Rock Slide does 38% to Rotom. Will-O-Wisp burning the Aggron with 1 turn of Trick Room left and I believe 5 turns of Reflect left. Bisharp flinches. Bisharp going for, or Serena going for Acupressure, boosting the evasion on Bisharp. The Reflect has worn off. Go for another Acupressure, flinching the Aggron. God, this is like the Canary match all over again. Just begging for death, but only getting torture. I can't even like commentate over this. This is just pour one out for Mega Aggron for holding on this long. Hey, the one time you got the small chance to lower a stat, you do it on the Defiant Bisharp. And with that, Jay takes game number 2 and takes match number 22 in probably the most brutal way possible. But she'll be moving on to round 2, where she'll be going up against the instructor Salvatore from Scarlet and Violet. Thank you so much for watching, and until then, take care.